Extra, extra, the Disney Channel
Death Comedy Gem Party. Saturday at 8, Rodney lets loose in Ladybugs, and Dennis Miller lets her rip live at 9:30. And Wednesday at 10, the Bonehead breathes a little death into your life. All right, you dig? We're more than movies, more than drama, more than comedy. Are you ready for this week on HBO? Just you wait.
Tonight is worth waiting for on HBO. At 8, James Garner in the story of intrigue, secret deals, and backstabbing. The HBO original movie, Barbarians at the Gate. Then at 10, a blowtorch maniac kills a co-ed in All-American Murder. And at 11:35, 3 street-smart cops go after a drug czar in New Jack City. Barbarians at the Gate, All-American Murder, and New Jack City. Television worth waiting for tonight on HBO.
Meet F. Ross Johnson,
I'm talking about putting a mountain of money into everybody's pocket right now.
CEO extraordinaire.
I'm going to buy out the company.
He wants to buy out RJR Nabisco.
What?
$2.5 billion. $17 billion.
$20 billion.
James Garner is F. Ross Johnson.
Now I know what the F in F. Ross Johnson stands for.
Barbarians at the Gate. The HBO original movie. Critically acclaimed, award-winning feature films that you'll see only on HBO. Hollywood's brightest stars and television's most provocative stories. The HBO original movie. And now, Barbarians at the Gate.
She was like any other devoted mother. She'd cook for her kids. She'd clean for her kids. She'd kill for her kids.
Well, what does this guy do?
He does everything. He can break her legs, he can burn her house,
I ain't gonna help him.
kidnap her.
You know, anything to make her little girl a cheerleader.
You know who I'd like to see dead? Marla Hay.
Anything.
What kind of money are you talking about?
$7,500.
I told you it's gonna be expensive.
HBO Pictures presents the true story of just how far people will go for their children.
You're under arrest for solicitation of murder.
Just how far people will go to tell their story.
I need me a lawyer, partly for my own protection, partly for my kids' protection, partly to have someone get me a good deal on the movie rights.
Terry finally sold his story to ABC for nothing, I'm sure. And that's gonna end up being just another cheap movie of the week.
Just how far, period.
Mama, when they make the movie, can I play myself?
That's what I'm planning, sister.
Holly Hunter, Bo Bridges, and Swoozie Kurt star in the HBO original movie,
What should I wear for jail?
The Positively True Adventures of the alleged Texas cheerleader murdering mom.
There is justice after all.
Premieres Saturday, April 10th, only on HBO.
The things you do for your kids.
Next on HBO. What happens when a tranquil college campus is the scene for a homicide? Just you wait. Christopher Walken stars in All-American Murder. Next on HBO.
Hi, I'm Nina Griscom for HBO Entertainment News. I'm here at the 21 Club in New York for the post-premiere party of Barbarians at the Gate. Along with the film stars, James Garner and Rita Wilson, entertainment, business, and media luminaries attended parties on both coasts, where reaction to the film ranged from high praise to great relief. Are you glad you weren't in it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Nina. Of course I was glad I wasn't in it. It was so true to the spirit of the book that we were really delighted with it, and I just, as a viewer, had a very enjoyable time with it.
It stayed close to the book. The book was fairly accurate, and there were some of the things in there, you have to take liberty with, but for the most part, it was pretty much on the money.
Did you read the book?
I did. Almost to the book.
How do you think the...
I didn't think it was mean-spirited, except for one brief moment.
What was that?
Figure it out.
I thought it was great, and I can't wait to see it again in bed and television. What did you think of the film?
I thought it was the best thing I've seen in a long time.
Why?
Very funny.
Not only is it funny, because Jim Garner is so funny in the movie. He's so wry and ironic. But what really, I think, makes the picture really work as it's like a detective story.
And while opinions may vary over the film's subject matter, everyone agrees that James Garner's performance is right on the money.
I'm going to buy out the company.
I had no idea.
Loved it. Fabulous. I had a great time. It's a wonderful movie. Of course, I'm a big Garner fan.
How do you think the characters in real life are going to feel about this?
They're going to hate it. Ross will love it. I mean, I'd love that Jim Garner play me.
Yeah, I thought that he hit Ross Johnson dead on. You wanted a fella who was very likable, that people would love to close down a bar with, but who you have to question what they were doing in this deal. And at the end of the day, I think that's what you felt about Johnson and about Garner.
At New York's 21 Club, I'm Nina Griscom for HBO Entertainment News.
If you like Rodney,
I'm great. I'm wonderful.
if you really like Rodney,
Everybody likes me.
only HBO's got the perfect movie for you. Okay, the plot's a little, far out. Man coaches girls soccer team. Son cross-dresses. Man cross-dresses.
All I know is,
Well, you get the picture.
I got a lot of balls.
So if you respect Rodney,
Why me? Why me?
catch Ladybugs. Premieres Saturday night at 8 on HBO.
Hi, folks. Dennis Miller here. Hey, what does HCH, DMLF, WDCTSH, SDT stand for?
Beats me. It stands for HBO Comedy Hour. Dennis Miller, live from Washington, D.C. They shoot HBO specials, don't they? Saturday night at 9:30, only on HBO.
Oh, so that's what HCH, DMLF, WDCTSH, SDT stands for. Your best RSVP.
HBO, the only place to see when you're in deep, trouble.
At what point did you shoot the clerk?
What? In the deep south?
We need to call an attorney, a great attorney.
Who you gonna call?
My cousin Vinny.
Now, didn't I tell you to dress appropriately?
You were serious about that?
The way you handled that judge, oh, you're a smooth talker.
Oscar nominee Marissa Tomei, Ralph Macchio, and Joe Pesci. My cousin Vinny. Premieres Saturday, April 17th on HBO.
Go forth, children. Multiply. Fill the earth. And subdue it.
Earth and the American Dream. Premiering Earth Day on HBO. You've never seen history quite like this.
I remember this picture. Oh, yeah. Guy on the left end is Tom Hankerman. He flew 37 missions before going down over Okinawa. Tom, you're putting your shorts on backwards. Oh.
In the comedy Folks, Tom Selleck, without his trademark mustache, stars with film-grade Don Amici. Folks is the story of stressed-out Chicago yuppie John Aldridge, played by Selleck, who has created a seemingly perfect career and family life, and in doing so has grown apart from his parents he hasn't seen in 8 years. Now he's forced to make a tough choice, to invite his ailing parents to move in with him. It's a comedy, says Selleck, that many people will relate to.
Mainly because it deals with a problem that I think we all as human beings face at different times of our life in different ways, you know. And that problem is that very often, at a certain point, our parents become the kids and we become the parents, you know.
What, don't you want to drive? Come on, Pop.
Pop! Stop the car! Hit the brakes, Pop! I've got a good idea. Stop the car! You're going backward! Good, good. Didn't I tell you this baby could go?
Accidents seem to be the prevailing theme in this slapstick flick. When his folks move in, John Aldridge's life begins to fall apart.
So the comedy comes actually at my expense because I end up, after 2 or 3 days of my parents living with me, without a job. My wife leaves me, my kids leave me, my car gets repossessed, and he ends up with numerous permanent injuries. He ends up blind in one eye, deaf in one ear. with a permanent limp, 5 broken fingers, and missing some very important body parts, which I don't want to go into because it's a pretty good joke.
Despite the harrowing tale of aging parents and folks, Tom Selleck says he would have no problem if his own parents deposited themselves on his doorstep.
I see my parents a lot, though. I have a very close family, and I think it's a viable solution, and was the only solution at one time, I think, in our history, and it was good for the family and the kids, especially, I think. Grandparents can teach young kids a lot.
Selleck's co-star, veteran actor Don Amici's career on stage, screen, and television has spanned more than 5 decades. At the age of 84, he's still going strong and suffers none of the disabling afflictions of the Alzheimer patient he plays.
Who are you? Who am I?
What Don Amici is, however, is a role model to many a Hollywood actor.
The thing that's depressing, he's got more energy than I do.
And that energy, along with that of the rest of the folks cast, makes for a fast-paced look at family life, not only with aging parents, but with adult siblings.
Besides, why should I have to be the one to take care of them? You were their favorite. That was obvious from the start.
Oh,
Clothes, college, cars, the shoe store. What do I get? A cheap wedding that lasted longer than a marriage.
Next on HBO. What happens when a tranquil college campus is the scene for a homicide? Just you wait. Christopher Walken stars in All-American Murder. Next on HBO.
The murder was brutal.
Whoever killed them also cut off Stargirl's thumb as a souvenir.
The motives were elemental.
He changes his will so that she gets everything, and that same day he's murdered.
The mystery was diabolical.
I think I killed my wife, and then I killed a complete stranger as well.
This is enough to convict you. Somebody set me up here, Frank.
I know exactly who it was.
Liam Neeson, Laura San Giacomo, Under Suspicion. Premieres Sunday night at 8, only on HBO.
April 4th, 1968.
I had walked 4 or 5 steps away, and I heard this tremendous noise.
A single bullet.
I said, get over to the motel. Dr. King just got shot.
A monumental question.
The police were coming toward us, saying, where did the shot come from?
Who killed Martin Luther King? 1969. James Earl Ray pleads guilty. 3 days later, he claims he was framed and asks for a trial. April 4th, 1993. James Earl Ray finally will have his day in court.
Did you fire, shoot at, and murder Martin Luther King Jr.?
No, I didn't. Mr. Ray, have you ever told a lie before?
Guilt or innocence, the trial of James Earl Ray, an unprecedented television event coming in April.
James Earl Ray has been waiting 25 years to talk to you.
And now he will, only on HBO. No one will know the verdict before you do.
One country divided.
This land is ours.
One boy torn between 2 worlds.
If we let them get away with it on our own grounds, it will never change.
Only one network brings it to you. HBO.
They want me. Look about you. About all of us.
Morgan Freeman. Stephen Dorff. The struggle continues. The Power of One. Premieres Sunday, April 11th on HBO.
The HBO original movie, Daybreak, coming in May.
The biggest movie, the brightest stars. It could only happen here.